Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dilbo Dabgans, and we have some awesome news for you guys today. The Cycle Frontier release date has been announced. Preseason starts on Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. Oh my goodness, I cannot explain how hype I am for this game. We have covered a lot of games on this channel, and I haven't been as excited for a game since probably Crowfall. Rest in peace. So let's go over this launch announcement. On the screen, you'll see the trailer that they released along with some gameplay from my past streams. Make sure you guys are subscribed to see more The Cycle gameplay and videos. And also make sure you go over to my website, thecycledb.com, for all things The Cycle. That link will be down below. So first off, we have the launch date, right? June 8th, 2022. But I did say it was preseason. What is preseason? Preseason is going to be before the battle pass kind of starts, right? Before the first season happens. And from what I can tell is that they're using this to just make sure the game is working. So it's kind of like a soft launch. Full season 1 launch will be on June 22nd. You will be able to play the game during preseason, and there will be no wipe between preseason and season 1. We already know a lot about the changes that they've made between closed beta and now this new launch date. We went over that whole blog post last week. The link will be up in the little eye right now if you're interested in go watching that. It's a long video. I go over all of the different changes that they've announced. Let's hope that there's more that they've changed, because if you've watched that video, you know I was a little bit underwhelmed with the changes. So what do I want from this launch, right? Let's just talk about that. Let's just get that out of the way. What are the things that I'm expecting from this launch? I am really hoping that they learn their lessons from closed beta and they have the server infrastructure ready to be able to handle the free-to-play players along with all the veterans that are coming in. If you guys remember, during the beta on launch day, there was a lot of people with a lot of server problems. The stations with multiplayer in them were causing servers to be overloaded. They said in their most recent blog post that that was fixed. So let's hopefully that is the case and we have no more server problems. Now it is going to be a launch. I probably will suspect some type of server problems, right? Let's just hope they're not too bad. They also talked about progression changes in their most recent post, and I'm hoping that this progression changes really help solve some of the drop off we saw in the beta. In the end of the beta, the player base dropped off a lot, and I think that was because of a lot of reasons. I think that was because they continuously extended the beta without really much announcement. I also think that people kind of got burn out. It was just like, oh, why am I going to play this if it's a beta? I don't need to play it right now. But also I think it was because people ran out of stuff to do, or they didn't want to do the things that they had to do. For me, I didn't want to do any of the quests, right? I just wanted to run around and kill people, but then there wasn't enough people to kill. So let's just hope the progression in general has changed enough to keep people engaged for a long period of time. And I'm pretty sure that is definitely a big focus that they've put into this game between beta and now. And I think what you can see in the most recent post was that they expanded some of the questing. They made some of the questing more rewarding, which I think is great. Reward players for playing the game, have them be able to enjoy their experience. I'm also hoping that with the progression changes, they made it so there's other ways to progress other than just doing quests. I would love to be able to sell more items. I know you could sell items for faction points already, but I was hoping that they would be worth a little bit more so I would not have to do quests. That's a personal preference though. The next thing that I'm hoping really changes between beta and now is going to be damage scaling and penetration, right? In the beta, there were weapons that were just clearly overpowered, and they already talked about how they're going to be fixing some of that by reducing some of the damage, for instance, for SMGs, and then also adding damage fall off. And then also making it so once you get past kind of uncommon, most of the things are just minor upgrades rather than large buffs. I've mentioned this a few times on my stream and other videos. I don't think this is going to be the right solution to this problem. I think it's going to be a band-aid fix, but I think it will be enough to help the player base enjoy the game for a longer period in time until this problem pops up again. I believe that the correct solution to the power scaling and penetration and gear balance and all of that is to remove penetration from the game completely. I think penetration adds too much complexity to the way that damage is calculated on a per bullet basis. along with now adding damage fall off. So now not only are you worrying about penetration, you're also worrying about how far away you are from somebody. That whole calculation you have to do every single time you get in a fight is just way too much. So remove penetration completely and make armor something that operates like Apex Legends. You have a second health bar. Once that health bar is completely destroyed, your armor breaks, and now you're taking health damage. You don't take health damage until your armor is gone. And that also allows you to be able to repair armor in the field. I think that would add a lot to the game on both sides, for the person that's being attacked and the attacker, knowing that the damage they have to do is going to be based on the armor that the person's wearing along with their health. Rather than trying to do all these crazy calculations in their head whenever they're in a fight, it's just way simpler. I think what will happen is people will get to endgame and they'll realize that the system is still kind of busted, and then they'll have to fix it then. I wish they would do it beforehand, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're trying to get the game out. Let me know what else you guys think needs to be in launch down below. Those were all of my main pain points that I'm hoping get addressed. Now, there's other things that are going to be coming with launch, and I want to cover those right now as well. They also said in the blog post for launch is that there will be more cosmetics available, right? So you're going to be able to start decking out your character in all different types of cosmetics, especially if you own the old cycle. You will have a lot of your cosmetics from that game in this game, which I think is pretty cool. The shop will be open. You can purchase a bunch of cosmetics. Starter packs will be 25% off before the launch of season 1. So during preseason, you'll have a discount on cosmetics. I think they're cool. I'm definitely probably going to have some, but it's not like it's a big thing for me. That's why I'm going to be playing the game. There was one other main thing that they announced in this blog post for launch. I want to just make sure I cover. They said that more areas of the planet have been reworked in an effort to iron out all those nasty toe traps and inescapable pits. Some places will also be entirely new, including a perilous but lucrative dungeon full of lethal monsters and juicy loot. So let's cover that first part there. The nasty toe traps and inescapable pits. Great. I hope those are fixed. There's definitely annoyances to those parts of the map. I'm hoping that they didn't remove some of the cool ways to traverse the map though. My concern is that to be able to fix some of those weird things, they reduced the amount of movement that we had available to us. And I don't want that. I want to be able to move as much as I want, but also just fix those problems rather than just dumbing down that system. I hope that's not the route that they went. And then the dungeon, I'm super excited about this. Lethal monsters and juicy loot. Let's hope. I'm excited about how the PvP and PvE will interact with this dungeon. I'm assuming you're going to be able to camp it or sit outside of it or something, right? Because you'll be able to wait for people to go in and out of it and then take their loot. So if you don't want to do PvE, but you want a PvP and you want all that loot, there's a way to do that. I do think there will probably be some toxicity there and some problems coming from that. You know, you put on all this work to try to get the dungeon done and then you die to somebody camping. So let's hope that it's really, really fun. I'm really interested to see how large scale PvE content will mix in with this game that is a PvP game. Super cool to see. Very excited for it. I can't wait to get back into this game. Let me know what you guys think down below of all of this stuff. I will be covering the cycle nonstop. I will be streaming it basically every single day over on my Twitch channel. I'll be making YouTube videos. And then also, like I said in the beginning, I run a website called thecycledb.com, which will have all of the game information, weapon information, damage information, where loot spawns on maps, all types of awesome stuff like that. So make sure you go over there and check that out. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Click this for more videos that I make. Click down here to subscribe and go over here for my Twitch. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love.